Alright guys, as you can see, I'm definitely going to need a coffee for this morning. Huge news yesterday, Microsoft upped the prices on Game Pass. They added tiers and stuff. We're going to go through all that. I already made a quick video yesterday on that. If you want to check that, I'll put it in the link below. But this video is going to be more about the price hikes in general. It's going to be inflation. It's going to be the slow decline of Xbox and their role in the console world. We're going to dive into all these crazy price hikes, guys, and let's get to it. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you are having a good day. Got the old coffee going here this morning. Kitty's having a little nap, and we're going to get right into this video. Now, as you guys know, Microsoft has been raising prices on a lot of their products here. There's been a lot of turmoil in the gaming industry with Xbox and Microsoft in the past few years. But this did not just start in the past couple years. For me, 12 years ago, the Xbox console brand took its big hit, and this is where the downfall started on the Xbox platform, guys. I'm going to show you why. We're going to get into all the details, and let's get it.
To continue to lead, we must provide compelling answers to new questions. Team Xbox is on a new mission. Design and build an all-in-one system to light up a new generation of games, TV, and entertainment. It must be built for the future with hardware, software, and services that put you at the center. Today, we're thrilled to unveil the ultimate all-in-one home entertainment system. The one with the power to create experiences that look and feel like nothing else. The one that makes your TV more intelligent. The one system for a new generation. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Xbox One.
TV experience. TV. TV and movies. TV. Xbox. Watch TV. 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 Watch TV. TV. TV and TV remote. TV experience.
All right, guys. So what you see here is basically Microsoft at this point in 2012 was at the top of the world. The Xbox 360, highly successful, in my opinion, the greatest video game console of all time. I'm sure other people have their own opinions, but for me, the 360, the game libraries, just the interface, Xbox Live, everything together, it was the best console. So then Don Matrick comes out, shows the new Xbox One. Not a bad looking console, not quite the flavor of the 360 or the original Xbox. Really pushing Kinect at this point. As you can see in the release, Xbox took all of this good fortune from the Xbox 360 and basically flushed it down the toilet in this one single press release. Now, as you can see, the Xbox One was totally marketed as an all-encompassing console. They're really trying to sell live services on this. You can tell they're bringing in the football, you know, all the sports in general, the Kinect stuff. They've got all the apps on it, Hulu, Netflix, everything that was going big at the time. They wanted everything on this console, and they wanted this console to be the hub of your house. And while I completely understand the reasoning behind this, they really dropped the ball with what made the Xbox 360 successful. And it was the games and the game franchises that were on it. It was just an awesome platform to play games, to play online with your friends. It had all the big titles on it. They had lots of exclusive content for this machine. And they really just took the entire company in a different direction. And while Microsoft makes a shitload of money, guys, and they are a huge, huge company in the world, to me, the gaming really took a dump here. And honestly, the Xbox One, I would say, was one of their shittiest iterations of a console of all time, really. So much so that myself, avid Xbox guy, the wife and I actually got PS4s in this generation to start with because it was just more focused on games. Now, we did end up switching again because, you know, all of our friends were on Xbox. It's hard for me to give up that Xbox feel and stuff. I just like it. But lately I have been finding that I've been playing it less and less, and I just don't have that interest in it as much anymore, guys, which is really sad. So the Xbox One, guys, to me, that was the beginning of the downfall. Now, the sales for this, it's around 58 million or so. Still not bad for console sales, but you got to understand at this point in time, there was only 3 console makers in the game, and it's still pretty much the same: Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. Compare it with the Xbox 360 sales at 84 million. There was a huge drop off in sales here, guys, and a lot of people weren't quick to adopt the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, myself included. We waited a little bit. Money was a little tight then. I can't remember. I think we were in between jobs and stuff, so we just weren't really interested in it, and there wasn't a lot of titles that were immediately on the platforms that made us think, you know, we need to go out and get this. Now, the next part of this, we're going to get into the Game Pass fiasco. The prices just keep going on this. I'm not going to go in depth on this, guys. I did a video about this a few days ago, but basically the gist of it is all the tiers did get their prices raised. In the United States, the prices for the Ultimate went up to $30, which is a 50% increase. That's absolutely crazy. They're currently $33.99 in Canada for the same level here. I am expecting our prices are going to go up. Several different factors why I believe they are raising the prices on Game Pass so much. Recently, Microsoft has acquired very large gaming and publishing companies. ZeniMax is one, and under ZeniMax, you know, you have Bethesda, and there's other studios, but Bethesda is the big one. They make Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Redfall, which kind of took a big dump. I believe they published Doom as well. So that was a huge purchase. And fast forward to the acquisition of Activision. Now, I forget how much they paid for Activision. I think it was 50 or 70 billion or something insane like that, guys. I don't remember off the top of my head. There's a lot of back and forth with the FCC or whatever it is in the United States. It did finally go through. The juggernaut for that was obviously Call of Duty. And here lies the problem and why the prices on Game Pass is going up. Microsoft needs to recoup the costs of producing these Call of Duty games. And when they initially bought Call of Duty, the idea was they would put this on Game Pass. It would be a day one release. Anyone with Game Pass would get it for free. Now, here's the problem. All those people currently on Xbox that would have actually bought a copy of the game for $70, $80, or, you know, the Prestige Edition for $110, that entire chunk of their consumer base is gone. It's non-existent. The problem for Xbox now is to make up for that cost, people on Game Pass, they're forcing them to buy the highest tier, and that's the only way you can get Call of Duty on the first release date. And I think the real issue here was they assumed that by getting Call of Duty, making it free to Game Pass users, would hugely increase the Game Pass numbers. While it did have a bump, Game Pass has stalled out, guys, and this is why they are raising the prices on this. Part of that, video game development is inherently expensive, and the prices on these AAA shooters, AAA games in general, are just skyrocketing. You know, you're looking at a development cost for like a Call of Duty game or the big ones, you know, $500, $600, $700, $800 million just to produce one game, and they got to make this money back somewhere. Now, yes, they can make some of the money back by doing multi-platform sales, selling on the PlayStation platform and on the PC. But really, the easiest way for them to get the money back is to slowly increase these Game Pass numbers. You're going to keep seeing these development costs skyrocketing. And in my opinion, Game Pass is going to keep increasing prices till they get to this point where they're like the bloated cable packages you used to buy for watching TV and stuff. And they're really going to hurt their business by doing this. A lot of people cut the cable because they simply don't want to pay $60, $70, $80 a month for a service, guys, and that's just the way it is. I think this is very short-sighted of Microsoft, and a lot of the decisions they have made in the past 10, 15 years have been absolutely stupid. Here comes some absurdity for you guys. We're going to dive into these stupid handheld console prices that Microsoft just released. I cannot believe how expensive these are. So if you are in the United States, you can look forward to paying $599 for the base one and $999 for the deluxe model. Now, I'm sure the $999 one has more storage. We're not going to get into the specs of these. I really don't give a shit. Seeing how the Switch 2 just came out, the price point on these are pretty ridiculous, especially for the higher end ones. Now, here's some sticker shock if you are a fellow Canadian like myself. $12.99 for the high model, $29 for the lesser model. This is honestly crazy, guys. $200 more for the lower model and $300 more for the higher model. This is a non-starter for me, guys. Like, I'm sorry, and I'm kind of ranting here, but there is no way in hell I'm going to pay $1,300 plus tax here, so you're going to be into this for like $1,500. Are you crazy? Buy a decent mid-range PC that would run pretty much any game I would want to play. Maybe not on max settings or super high, but it would be an adequate system to do everything that like these handhelds would do, or the base console, guys. I don't understand what's going on here. Now, will some of these sell? Absolutely. There's always a market for this stuff. I don't know how big the market could possibly be. People are tightening their belts. There's not a lot of money in the economy right now, US or Canada, to be honest with you. Inflation's just going nuts. And don't get me wrong, you know, chip shortages, inflation, tariffs, all of this culminates into why you're seeing such a sticker shock for stuff like this now. Never in my wildest dreams would I think Microsoft would release basically what amounts to a Switch 2, probably with better guts, for $1,300. I don't understand it. I would never buy something like this. To me, this should be like, you know, $500 to $700 for the high model or something. Maybe that would be realistic in my opinion. But you know, $1,300 or $1,000 US, hell no. Get the hell out of here with this shit. So we'll jump right into the second part of the pricing. The consoles have went up in price. I don't think I've ever really seen this, that I can recall anyways, consoles going up in price this late into their life cycle. Input costs are high, I get that. Tariffs, inflation, world economies are just shit right now. So the regular Series X with the disk drive saw a $50 jump, went from $599 to $649. Now in Canada you pay $729 for this. And this is about the average on the board here. I'm not going to go into all the pricing on this. In Canada at this current moment, console prices I'm going to say are about $30 to $70 difference in the US. So not a huge jump, not like the new Ally, so I'm not too sure what's going on with that. Assuming it's because there's a lot of stock out there and they weren't affected by tariffs and inflation quite as much or something. I really don't know, guys, but at least in Canada we're not getting hosed as much on these old consoles. But the new stuff, I'm gonna say, fellow Canadians and even fellow Americans, brace yourself, guys, because this is going to be really brutal now. And this sets a precedent for all these console makers. If they can get away with charging these prices, they'll just keep doing it, and you're either going to pay or you're not going to play. To me, I think for the next generation, I'm honestly just going to go to PC and say fuck this shit, because I can justify dropping $2,000 on a nice PC. Because I can use it for work, I can use it for YouTube, you know, the editing and stuff, it really helps with that. I can use it for gaming, basically everything, you know. A PC is a jack of all trades and it can do everything really well. Spending this much on a console just does not make sense to me at this point. Being said, if you do like sitting on your couch in front of the TV and chilling with the family and playing games that way, you know, a console may still be the best alternative for that. And given the price that Game Pass is only $16 on the PC for the Ultimate right now, I think that's the play, guys. If you are getting into the market for a new console or into gaming in general, get yourself a PC. Don't buy this shit. So just an overall view of the trend here for Microsoft's Xbox. The first console came out, it did fairly well. Then the 360 came out at like 86 million sales, way up there, kicking ass. The Xbox One came out, you know, 50 some million in sales, so it took a huge sales dip. And now we're seeing the Series X down to 32 million. There's a trend here, and it's not looking good for Xbox. And you can see why they've tried to get into this subscription model. Their console stuff is a loss leader. They obviously lose money on them. And what they are trying to do to compensate by this, Game Pass, basically compete with Steam. That monthly subscription on PC users. Do keep acquiring these large game publishers, guys. It's going to be really hard to stop what's going on here. And I believe Microsoft and Sony to a degree, and Valve as well, would be perfectly happy if there was no more physical media. You don't really own any game. They can close these servers on the games at any time. Everything is digital. Really, it is a way to force you to keep buying stuff, because you guys know if there's no more physical media, stop supporting the old games, they can cancel them like that and they're gone. You really don't own them anyways, at least with the older retro stuff, and I'm talking 360, PS3 back, maybe some of the Switch stuff. You own that. You can put it in, you can play it anytime you want. It will work, guys. You don't have to be online. Now, some of the games on the 360, PS3, you do require to be online, but a lot of them you don't need an online connection. You can just put the stuff in and play it. And really, it's very disgusting, guys, and it's a very sad landscape for gaming in general now. It was a slow trickle, but you're really seeing lately how screwed we are as gamers and just consumers in general. And I really hate making this video, because anyone that knows me, if you're new to the channel, I love Xbox, guys. I've always been an Xbox guy, but the recent stuff here has left a bad taste in my mouth. And really, I don't know if I will be supporting Xbox after this generation. I think I might just be done with this new gaming stuff. We will see. I'll still keep you guys updated on what's happening on some of the gaming and collecting scene here. We're going to keep going with the channel with the retro stuff. Obviously, that's what I like mostly anyways. But yeah, it's just a bleak outlook, guys, and I'm sorry to rant on this video, but it really does piss me off. On that note, guys, this is why I think Xbox on the decline. If you have anything to add to the video or would like to see something different, you can let me know in the comments below, and as always, please like, subscribe, really appreciate it, guys. I hope everyone's having an awesome day. I will see you in the next one. Peace.